I didn't realize it at the time when I was recording this and all, but these remind me a lot of these. These old 5923s that I picked up a while ago. Pretty similar color, but yeah, I like them both.
All right, so what is going on, people? What's in this box here? I've kind of wanted to try these out for a little while now. When the 40s first came out, they were so expensive though, and I was like, much like McFly KOF, who did a review of these a couple days ago. I'll put a link up here. I haven't watched his, but I'm sure it's pretty good because he's pretty good. So there's that. And the only reason I haven't watched it, in case you're curious, is because like I want to save kind of my reaction for these. You know, I don't want to go in with knowing too much just yet. Anyways, when these came out, you know, the price was up there. It was like 300, 350. These are retail 350. And for that price, I'm thinking, well, I'm never getting those unless there's like a crazy sale or something. But they were also moving fairly quickly given that they were expensive early on anyway. So I was like, well, I'm not even going to bother with it. And I even saw these in stores a few times and thought to myself, oh, maybe I should try them on. I'm like, you know what? Why bother? I'm never going to have any anyway, so forget it. And if anything, that trying them on right there may have made me want to consider buying them. And then, no, it's just a whole thing that I'm not trying to get into. Opening these up though, first off, this is a pretty cool looking box. I mean, that kind of makes the price not so bad off on its own. I mean, you see that right there? Got the Adidas 4D on the side or on the top. You know, you got that going on the side, whatever that says. Probably just normal style codes and things like that. Actually, this one says some stuff about the colors, kind of like a Yeezy box would say. It says High-Ri, Lingren, and Eastman. So yeah, I'm guessing that's high-res yellow and some kind of green and Eastman. Everybody's favorite color. Anyway, so the rest of the box is pretty plain. But yeah, I saw these on the Adidas site because they were another one of those places having sales last week, and I had to jump on them. So there's that. But before we go getting too further into this, I did forget to mention Sunday, April 5th, around 11:30ish, Virginia time, Eastern time. We're going to be doing that whole shoe recap thing, sharing our own thoughts and opinions. I'll be there because, I mean, it is my channel, so that makes sense. But it's not going to be just me. There's also going to be DB Kicks, who's somewhere around here within an hour-ish radius, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he's going to be here. And also, who else? We're going to have Kicks for Fresh. That's who else. So, also, there will be links to their channels at some point at the end of the video. Go ahead and check them out because it's totally worth your time. And hopefully, those of you that are watching this right now will be there as well, but only time will tell, so I guess we'll all find out together. But anyway, so getting back to the shoes here, I'm really curious to see what these are like, see what they feel like, all that good stuff, because again, this is my first pair. This is the first new pair. Okay, I was about to say this is the first new pair of shoes that I've bought in a while. But I guess you could look at the 700s. Because that jury's still out on that. But other than these, I guess that you can count the VaporMax 360, but that's not really new because I've had VaporMaxes and I've had 360s. Maybe you saw the videos, did the Air Max thing, but these are the first straight up new shoe that I can think of that I've bought in a while. So that's kind of cool, right? So let's go ahead and get on into these, see what we see. Alright, and these, right off the top though, they're definitely nice. I'm not sure what the exact colorway is though. I think it's some kind of neon yellow. We'll go with that. But man, these are definitely something that I would wear. No doubt in my mind. These ZX4000s. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get on into this, shall we? Meaning it is now review time on this right here, the Adidas ZX4000 4D in the, we'll call it lime and yellow colorway, whatever. But yeah, so these right here, these are looking pretty good. I gotta say, that's my opinion, of course. But we're gonna go do that whole deep dive into everything and, you know, share my thoughts with you on at least the quality of the materials and all that good stuff. Let you get that unbiased opinion that you want so much. So, starting off, real brief history lesson because I don't know a lot about these. Apparently, these are based off of an old model, right? I guess that was also the ZX4000. But either way, it was an older model that Adidas had many years ago, similar to what happened with the Nike runners, the EF9623s. Something modern built off of something old, right? So this is the modern thing built off of something old. Obviously the modern part being this here sole because, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago, however old this original model is, 4D, 3D printing wasn't really a thing, right? So anyways, that's as much as I know about these. And now we're going to do the whole review thing. So we're going to start with the bottom because that makes sense to me. So this outsole here, looking at that, you got a little bit of, well, you got a lot of black. You got some hits of like a lime green and then some kind of a weird blue. Bring that in real close for you, let you see that. So the bottom of it, I mean, I'm not sure how that's going to go as far as traction or anything like that or durability, but I am hoping to do a bit of a running test on these later. Weather's kind of starting to pick up, so I might be able to do that if I can find a good place, because I'm not a huge fan of street running because then you got to stop for cars and stuff or just risk getting hit. Either way, moving back on to these, right, moving up. So this is the seller, if you will, the 3D printed midsole here. I mean, that thing is just, it looks so weird to me and it feels kind of weird, but at the same time it's intriguing. I mean, what do you think? What are your thoughts on that? It just has like a look to me that's just, it's gonna turn some heads. I'm very sure of that. So if I go somewhere today, I might have to break these out. And actually, if you look from the right angle, it's almost like you can see through the shoe. You see how the holes just kind of line up at the right angles? But yeah, overall, kind of cool. I do like that they recently started doing different colors on these because for the longest time, the first several pair or whatever were all just this same colored light olive sort of thing going on. But recently I've seen some pink ones and some black ones, I think, and whatever other color they've done. But anyways, on to the rest of the upper here. Let's not drag this out, right? We can take this out so I can get a good feel for it. Okay. This, it almost, I'm not sure if it's PrimeKnit or PrimeKnit. I'm thinking it's not, but it feels almost like some kind of mesh that does have it kind of reminds me of some of the older Ultra Boosts in a way, just a little bit thicker. When I say older, I mean like the 3 to 4 range, or maybe the 2 and 3 range, somewhere in there. It just has that kind of feel to it. But we'll see how it feels once I actually put it on and all that stuff, which I'll be doing hopefully in a couple minutes here. But anyway, so we'll go with the lateral first. So got this really bright kind of a highlighter yellow color going on here. We've got a little patch of suede stitched into there, kind of a sort of Frankenstein sort of vibe going on for some odd reason. Almost reminds me of like the 270 Reacts. They just have stuff layered on there, or the Element 55s and 87s. Then over here, this blue part that you see, it's kind of it's pretty much a standard blue with a little bit of a lighter one in there for the logo with the 3 stripes. So that's pretty decent quality suede sort of feel, actually. Or maybe it's not. Might be nubuck. Either way, whatever that quality, whatever that material is here, the blue part that I'm talking about, very nice, very nice. And that's going all around. But again, we're sticking on this side for now. So moving past that, you've got the 3 stripes. You can kind of see them if I hit this right. Yeah, kind of like a little layer over there. It looks like Scotch tape almost. And behind that, you have the same material that's down here, just in a different color. So there you've got the yellow, it's a yellowish green mixed with a bit of blue in there. Then above here, as you can see, a little bit of red going on around the laces. standard laces in there, nothing too fancy. They do not feel that great, honestly, but they're not bad either. They're very thin. They're very thin laces. And then behind that you have a pretty nice little tongue there. Same color that's on the bottom is up here on the tongue. And it's close to that, but not quite. Not quite. And it's feeling pretty decent. Nothing amazing, but you know, kind of reminds me, the tongue, if you look at it, it kind of has like the stitching still around there and all that stuff. It kind of reminds me of the Night Jogger tongues, which I didn't like. These are fine, but the Night Jogger tongue, it just looks like an unfinished product just thrown in there, kind of like that whole off-white thing, which I'm also not a fan of. But anyways, on here, this is better. And then moving around to the back, that's what's going on the back. Self-explanatory, of course. And then this side, very much the same as the opposite side. It's just you don't have that suede piece stitched onto there. Instead, you just have a different color knitted material. Again, it might be prime knit, it might not be. It just feels a little thicker than I'm used to as far as prime knit goes. And like I said before, this suede material for the gray parts, you can also see a little bit of the name down there. High quality, to say the least. Also, they got the branding on the bottom of the laces there. So overall, the quality of the materials in these, top notch. So can't complain about that, which is a good thing because again, with a retail of $350, you'd want these to be pretty nice. You'd almost want them to run for you. Speaking of going back to the price, these were what, 122 or 127? I think 127. I don't know. Either way, they came down to that range after you added in taxes. So yeah, that was significantly better than that retail price. So that's why I have these now. And now that brings us to the on foot portion, which is normally I can just talk about that part and not have to really do anything. But this time we're actually going to have to cut away and all that so I can actually put them on and see what they're all about. So give me a minute to do that, and I'll just have to do some fancy editing a little bit later. Okay, so we're back, and now it is time to do that whole on foot thing so that way you guys can see what they look like on feet while I tell you what they feel like on feet. So here's the thing. First off, true to size on these. I bought a 9.5 because that's my standard Adidas size that I go with on everything else, minus the 3MCs. And they fit perfectly fine to me. I will say that if you're of the wider foot variety, these kind of feel a little narrow in some areas. But I don't know, maybe, again, I'm going to suggest checking out McFly KOS video because I think he's a wide-footed guy, and so he might have something to say about that. But I'm still leaning towards the whole true to size thing, but I've often heard that if you have wide feet, you know, you should just go up half on most things unless you know exactly how they fit. So I'll leave you to your own things on that. I can only speak for me. So anyways, moving on past that though, the comfort of these, which was obviously a big piece of it, definitely there. These feel really good. I can tell they might take a little bit of a breaking in to, you know, really get them where they're supposed to be. But overall, I can't complain with these. And like I said, I'm hoping to be able to go out and knock out some actual running reviews on these in the next couple weeks, because, you know, obviously it's going to take a couple miles several miles to really get an opinion on them, and that's dependent on the weather. But still, I do plan to revisit these and give you a better idea. But for now, I will say that the fit, the comfort, really good. I mean, cushioning wise, I can't say they're better than like the Ultra Boost right now, but they're both coming from different angles, you know what I mean? So I don't know that you can necessarily compare them, given that those, while running shoes are also lifestyle, these more so for the performance. So anyways, looking at that, I don't have any complaints about the comfort, and I don't think you would either if you bought these to actually run in, but I'm gonna hold my opinion on that for at least a couple weeks. As far as just walking around in these through the house here, through the apartment here for a little while, totally cool with it. Totally cool with it. Like I said, this upper area, it feels like prime knit. It kind of moves around like that. It just feels a little thicker, so that's what makes me wonder if it is or isn't. But if I happen to get an official word on that between now and like posting this video, I will have thrown something across the screen at some point. If you don't see anything, that's because I didn't find anything. But other than that, I don't think that there's too much else to say, so I guess we can go ahead and just get this whole thing wrapped up and move on, right? So that's going to be it for me. I don't believe I have anything else to say other than a quick reminder about this Sunday's recap show. Again, wow, I just totally drew a blank on that. I was about to say P-Town. That was last week, or last month. This time around, DV Kicks will be here. Kicks for Fresh will be here. Again, they will have videos at the end of this. Go check them out because it's totally worth your time. That'll be happening around 11:30, 12 o'clock Eastern Time this Sunday, April 5th. So, check that out. And also, thank you to you guys for watching this video. I do appreciate that because I always appreciate that, even if I don't say it all the time. Just know that I'm thinking it. Now, that being said, I suppose we're done here, so you're able to go on about your day. So, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And again, thanks for showing up. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you show up again this weekend. All right, later, people.